Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for checking out my video. If you're new to our channel, make sure to subscribe because we're going to post videos like these all the time reviewing older, inexpensive tech and finding the very best emulation device for the lowest possible price. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Samsung Galaxy S3 that came out all the way back in May of 2012. The Galaxy S3 is a great candidate for portable retro emulation because it has a very nice 720p 4.8-inch screen with Bluetooth and OTG capabilities, meaning it can hook up to almost any controller on the market, and that includes the Xbox, the PS4, Switch, etc. The Galaxy S3 is also packing 1 GB of RAM, up to 64 GB of onboard storage with a micro SD card slot, Android 4.4.2 KitKat, which is compatible with RetroArch and most modern emulators in the Play Store today, a Mali 400 MP4 GPU, which is extremely common in many Chinese emulation devices, and most importantly, a quad-core 1.4 GHz Cortex A9, which in this video we will be pushing to about 2 GHz for optimum emulation performance. The reason for overclocking the Galaxy S3 is because emulation is much more CPU intensive than it is on the GPU. Again, many of these specs can be found in the Chinese emulation devices on the market going for $100 and up, but without the overclocking capabilities. The reason we chose the Galaxy S3 for this video is not just for the specs we just listed or the ease of overclocking, it's for the price. I'm going to tell you how you can get the S3 for as low as $20. Obviously, the Galaxy S3 is a cell phone, meaning it was once connected to somebody's cell phone plan. There are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of cell phones being sold on eBay where the owner did not pay their cell phone plan. When this happens, the cell phone providers such as Verizon, AT&T, Sprint, etc. will block the phone from getting a cell signal, but most importantly, this does not affect any other function of the device. These phones are called bad ESN or bad IMEI phones and can be bought for almost half the price of its current market value. This is 100% legal and is how we got the Galaxy S3 in this video for just $20. Our device isn't in the greatest physical condition, which also affects the overall price. Ours is about a 7 out of 10 due to the scratches and whatnot. If that's not for you, you can buy a Galaxy S3 in excellent physical condition, but the price will obviously increase. Expect to pay around $40 to $50. Overclocking this device is extremely easy and can be done in about 5 to 10 minutes, which we will show you how to do step by step shortly. If you don't want to overclock the S3 and just use it normally, it will still work great as a retro emulator, but it will struggle with some of the newer consoles such as the N64, PlayStation 1, PSP, and even the Super Nintendo. A non-overclocked S3 can run the Gameboy Advance, Gameboy Color, original Game Boy, original Nintendo, Atari, and so on, no problem. But by overclocking the S3, it gives it the extra performance required to really shine and brings it to its full potential. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is click the link in the video description, and it will bring you to a website called galaxys3root.com. When you get to the page, scroll down until you get to the link that says download the appropriate tar CWM recovery file. Click this link and it will bring you to the recovery download page. So you can select many different recovery files depending on what version of Galaxy S3 you have. So we have the Galaxy S3 for Sprint, so we're going to download this file, but you can also download the recovery file for AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, Cricket, US Cellular, Metro PCS in the global version. So go ahead and click this TAR link, not the download Sprint Galaxy S3 recovery link. So click this, a new page will open, scroll all the way to the bottom and you will see a download here. Click here to download. Click that and the download should start right away. It's a very small file, only 6.2 megabytes. Okay, so now once you've downloaded the recovery file, you want to download a couple more things. First, you want to download Odin. Odin's a program that we're going to be used to load the recovery directly onto phone. So again, click the link on this web page. A new tab will open. Scroll all the way down. Skip survey or answer the question. Download link. Let that finish. Odin, again, very small file, only 2 kilobytes. Go back to the page. And now we want to download the USB drivers for the Galaxy S3. So when you plug your phone into your computer via micro USB cable, your computer is able to recognize it and the program Odin is able to see it. So just scroll down a little bit further. You will see this link, download and install Samsung Galaxy S3 USB drivers. Click link, new page. Right here, Galaxy S3 Windows drivers 32 or 64-bit. Click. Scroll down, download link appears, click, and 23 megabytes. Let that download. Okay, so now that we successfully downloaded the 3 required files, I'm going to go ahead and move those to my desktop. The first thing we want to do is install the Samsung USB drivers. I'm going to skip this step as I've previously done that. Next, what we want to do is extract this Odin file. I'm going to extract that to my desktop, and we want to open Odin 3 v1.85. Go ahead and open Odin. Yes to run.
Let's go ahead and root the phone. Power off the Galaxy S3. Hold down volume down, home, and the power button. Hold them down until you see the warning screen. Let go of all the buttons. Now hit the volume up to enter download mode.
And now we want to plug our Galaxy S3 into our computer. And of course, make sure it's still in download mode. Go ahead and plug it in. And you should see this COM port appear in yellow. Mine says COM port 4, but yours can say COM port 10, COM port 20, COM port 1. As long as the COM port is showing up in yellow, you are ready to go. If you don't see the COM port lit up in yellow, that means either you didn't install the Samsung drivers successfully, or your computer isn't recognizing the phone via the USB cable. So unplug it from your computer and or unplug it from your phone and try replugging it back in. So now what we need to do is load our custom recovery. To do so, click this PDA tab, locate the tar file right here, CWM S3 Sprint Recovery. Click that, and all you have to do is click start. As you will see, it will start to run. It's writing. Reset, pass, and completed. You've successfully loaded the custom recovery onto your S3. Okay, so next what we want to do is go back to galaxys3root.com. The link to that website again is in the video description. And now we want to download the file super su. This is going to give us root access to the phone. So go scroll down a little bit on the web page and you will find a download link in a zip file. Click that link. It will bring you to the download page. Scroll all the way down and you will see click here to download. Let that download. It's about 1 megabyte in size. Quick, easy download. Okay, go ahead and open that file path location. I'm going to go ahead and move that to my desktop for easy access. And now what you want to do is plug the phone back into your computer if it is not plugged in. Open it up in my computer as a storage device and drag and drop the updated Super SU V2 file into the phone's storage. Leave it zipped, and there you go.
Okay, so go ahead and power off the phone and then press volume up, home, and the power button. Hold all three at the same time, and when you see the Galaxy S3 logo, go ahead and let go of the power button while you continue to hold the volume up and home button. This will bring you to the clock mod recovery screen that you just installed. If you don't see this for some reason, sometimes what happens is when you reboot your phone, the system's OS overrides the custom recovery we installed. If this happens to you, rerun Odin again, and as soon as you see the green pass, pull the battery, put it back in, and repeat volume up, home, and power button combo. This is a workaround to manually get into the clock mod recovery. Okay, so once you're here, choose install from zip, then choose zip from SD card, then go ahead and choose 0. Find the file we copied over from the computer named update super su and select yes to install. This will install root access onto the phone. Go back to the main menu, and if it asks you to fix root, say no. Once rebooted, your Galaxy S3 should be fully rooted. Once rebooted, go to your apps. You should see an icon for Super SU. Go ahead and open it, and if you don't get any errors, the root was successful. If it asks you to disable Knox, say yes. If it freezes while disabling Knox, try again until successful. Next, go to the Play Store and download Titanium Backup app, which will allow you to verify that you have full root access. Once downloaded, go ahead and open it and you should see a Super User Request window. Hit Grant and now you officially have a fully rooted Galaxy S3. Okay, so now that our phone's been successfully rooted, we need to go ahead and install a custom kernel, which will allow us to overclock our phone up to 2 GHz. So to do so, we need to go back and visit galaxys3root.com or visit the link in the video description. And once we're on that webpage, we need to go download the KToonsez kernel for Sprint Galaxy S3. Again, we're downloading the Sprint version because we're on a Sprint Galaxy S3. Click the link, it brings you to the download page. Click here to download. The download will pop up and it's about 12 megabytes. Okay, once the kernel has been successfully downloaded, you need to plug your phone back into the computer. Open up the phone as a storage device, and just like with the root file, we're going to drag the kernel directly onto the storage of the phone. Power the S3 off again. We need to go back into clock mod recovery to install the custom kernel to allow the overclock. Press volume up, home, and the power button. Hold all three at the same time, and when you see the Galaxy S3 logo, go ahead and let go of the power button. Choose install zip, then choose zip from SD card, then choose 0, find the file KT747, and then select yes to install. Once installed, select Go Back, then Reboot System Now, and then No. When the phone fully reboots, you will now see a new logo during startup that says KToonsez KT747. This means you have successfully installed the custom kernel. You can verify the kernel has successfully updated by going into Settings, About Device, and scroll down to Kernel Version, and you will see it now says KToonsez followed by some kernel information. If you don't see this, repeat previous steps. Now we want to go to the Play Store and download 3C CPU Manager. This is the application that we use to overclock the device and can only be downloaded with a fully rooted S3. Once installed, open it and grant super user access. There are multiple tabs you can modify and/or overclock. I personally leave the governor as is, which is the on-demand preset, but you can mess around with it and manually increase the voltage, which in theory will help with overclocking, but will drain the battery faster. You can overclock the CPU all the way up to 2.1 GHz, but after testing, we found this not to be stable and crashes the phone. We leave it at 1.89 GHz. We found this to be the most stable and give the best results for the more demanding emulators. This application automatically overclocks the GPU to maximum performance.